You could lead conversations where you want them to go. If I say, tell me about the color green, and you go, green is great, but I'd rather tell you about blue, talk about blue.
Okay.
Super casual, super fun.
Okay.
We only go about half an hour, and I I figured, where's my little thing that just fell
Your
down?
eyes look so blue today, Patty. Are they always that blue?
Aren't they green? They're green with blue
Oh,
circles.
wow. They look super blue to me. Interesting.
It's well, they should look green because it's St. Patty's Day right now, because we're doing this on the 17th, March
Oh, okay.
17th.
And my name is Tara Green, right? So there you go.
There you go. And it is Tara, right? Not Tara.
It is.
I always
Well, but
Americanize
you
Tara.
can say Tara, Tara. It's all the same thing.
Tara.
You
Well, if it's Tara, I will say
yeah,
Tara.
Tara.
Okay, and also, if you have a beverage, we know it's cold. Are you in LA too?
I'm in Sedona, Arizona at the moment.
Oh, nice. Well, it's
Yeah.
cold out here. I'm sure. Patty,
It's,
are you freezing where you are? Did you bring another
I am
heater up?
freezing. I thought about
how
bringing out
cold?
my little rod
Hey,
heater, but haven't yet.
how cold is it in LA?
Got to be below 70.
Oh,
Like 55 degrees.
I'm
He,
laughing. I'm a
he has
Canadian.
a heater on in the summer.
Yeah, I
Okay.
do. I have my heater on in the summer,
Okay.
but in Tara usually it's in Canada where it's much
Usually
colder.
Canada, yeah, where it's much colder. Actually, it was -15 when I left Monday morning. And it's only about 60 here in Sedona. So, and it snowed the other day. It's going to snow again.
Really?
It's
Okay.
chilly here too. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
raining here, actual rain.
Okay. Well, that's good. You need the rain.
We
They're
do need the
the
rain.
rain here too. My friend said, pray for rain. I went, okay, I'm a good rainmaker. I have made it rain.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, so we are ready to go when you are. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Wednesday with us. And if you, this will come out as Patty says on St. Patrick's Day. So if you have anything you want to promote around that time, that's the timing of this.
Okay.
And Patty, I like your earrings.
Green for St. Patty's Day. Yeah.
Very nice. Beautiful. Yeah.
All right, have a great show.
Thank you.
And it's being taped. If things happen, which will usually from my end, like phones ringing, people at the door, we
Right.
just cut
Okay.
that
Yeah, Willow may get excited. Actually, we shouldn't say her name.
Right.
out. She's on the couch behind me.
Right.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Here. Hey everybody, this is Patty. Welcome to the Witching Hour. We have a beautiful guest for you today. She is a friend. She is a distinguished, well-known Canadian astrologer, though we're tuning into her in Sedona, Arizona right now. She's a tarot reader. She's a psychic. She's got over 3 decades of experience. The one and only Tara Green. Welcome. Thank you for doing my show, Tara.
Thank you, Patty. I'm so happy to be here and connect with you again.
Me too. It's been over 10 years, whatever that Federation stuff way back when we
Yeah.
actually got to meet in this living room,
We
I
got
think
to meet
years
out
ago.
there. Remember? Yes. Remember
Yes.
Full House.
So for anybody who doesn't know, tell anybody a little bit about you. Again, I am in awe of astrologers because it's
Right.
the brain part of me that doesn't work. I'm a good psychic, I'm a good medium, but astrologer, it's like math to me.
Right.
So how did this path come about for you?
To be an astrologer? Well, honestly,
The world, your magical world, your
okay, my
spiritual world.
world. Honestly, I know that sounds kind of funny these days, but I was born like remembering all of my lifetimes that were multidimensional beings. Like that was my first memory. It was like, what am I doing here? You have to work so hard to manifest things. I just thought it and it happened. It was all magic. So it was kind of hard for me because in those days there was no one to teach me. Yes, my background is Romanian, I have to say, and we mentioned this in Romania. My father's father came from Romania. I know nothing about his background, actually. That's a bit of a mystery. But, by blood, I'm going, yes, I have that Romanian gypsy. My grandfather was a blacksmith, right? But, people kept coming to me and telling me I was going to be a teacher. I was always fascinated by metaphysics. I was always very intuitive, and it got me in trouble when I was a kid. And so I had to kind of learn to be quiet about it. And then I just read a lot and people kept showing up. Like I kept meeting astrologers. So I kept meeting astrologers and I was fascinated and I loved the astrology and I hated the math, now that you mentioned that, because in the old there was no computers and I hated that math, but sort of forced myself to do it. And then when there was computers, I got myself a computer so I could do the math, so I could just focus on the aspects and everything. So I believe I've done this in many past lifetimes. I've had other channels tell me that as well. I love astrology. I find it fascinating. It is pretty logical. It's pretty nerdy. There is that part. But once you know all those basics, it's also very intuitive, so I channel past lives through looking at people's charts, and it's predictive, and that's what it was traditionally was. It's a very ancient, I like to call it a science, going back 8,000 years in India. And being an astronomer, an astrologer, a doctor, and a mathematician were once the same part of the job description up until about 250 years ago. So to me, it's the foundation of everything. It's in the Bible. Anytime they have 12 apostles or 12 tribes of Israel, the number 12 always stands for the 12 zodiac signs, right? So it's all embedded there. Da Vinci's Last Supper is encoded for all the different astrology signs as well. So it is all there, and people have always relied on it. It's natural for us to feel we come from the stars,
Yeah.
and we do.
I think that's beautiful. And you also, again, you are a beautiful psychic medium. So you've got the science of the math, whether you have to do the math or not, of astrology. And then how much of that percent when you're doing a reading, then do you just let your kind of intuitive side take over?
Yeah. And
Or
I
once you're within the parameters of the numbers and
Yeah, so
planets?
I like to do it all kind of. So I do tarot cards, and that's very intuitive, and I channel, and I use the astrology. So it's all going on. I can sort of, switch it over, and when I'm doing readings, things will just come through, and I have to trust. And I am kind of a really good medical medium, although I don't really advertise myself like that, but I feel it. Different people have different clairs, So if I'm tuning into somebody, I feel in my body, you really should check this out. Is there something going on with your liver? Things like that, so it's just kind of a natural thing, right? Like you can learn to be psychic. You can learn to hone your psychic muscle, by using it and learning to trust your intuition. And I believe that everybody's psychic. It's a natural thing, but, society has taught people not to trust it,
Right. Make
And
everything left brain logic, made everything.
yeah. So, for example, everybody lived in harmony with nature. And before there was electricity, everybody worshiped the sun. Everybody watched Venus. She was the main planet to watch in the sky. And so all of the pagan, animist, mythology, archetypes all goes back to the planets, nature, Mother Earth, our relationship to it. It's all interconnected. And I guess I was always fascinated with that too, Greek mythology. So because I was into Greek mythology, which is the basis of Western tropical astrology, it was really easy for me to synthesize it all together. And then
Well,
it's based on
you
it as well.
That is good. Well, you are very multifaceted because you also are an art. You're a corporate speaker on one side. You're a keynote. You work in all these different that seemingly very separate worlds.
Right.
So how does your art? You have an art background and arts education. How do those bring themselves together? Or
Well, I started out as an artist, but I think I was a dancer when I was a kid. My father was a dancer, actually, so I started out as a dancer. And I think when I was 9 years old, my mother said I told her I was going to be an artist because I figured out that was the only way I could get a license to be free to do things my way. And that's always been my basic focus. I'm very independent, very strong-willed. I got to do it my way. I've never worked for anyone else. I've been self-employed my whole life. I was a crafts woman in my past life and this life, and I had a business that I built up. I was in LA actually at the Beverly Hills Craft Show on the weekend before the stock market crashed in 1987.
wow.
And the week before, I was at the Santa Monica Craft Show, right? So I was there, and then it was bizarre being there at that time, watching people walk through the park going, oh my God, I just lost $100,000 or whatever. So it was funny timing to be there. But anyway, I had built up a successful art career. I think my art's just channeled into the astrology and the readings now,
Okay,
And
I think that's beautiful. And again, to me, they are just cohesive and
yeah,
hand in hand.
yeah.
So, okay, I've actually never asked and always wondered, you have to tell me about this beautiful hat you are wearing.
Oh, my
Huh?
hat, my high priestess hat. So numerologically, my birthday is November 29th. And so I'm 1129. And my numerology for my whole birthday is 2011-2. So the number 11 is a master number, and the number 2 is the high priestess. So when I was in my craft show circuit, there was a woman in Toronto, and her name was her company name was Cleopatra. And I saw this hat, which was totally unique and totally different than anything else she had. I bartered for her with it. And I used to wear it way back when, but people used to look at me like that was too weird to wear, like in regular. So I put it away. And then one day I went, wait a minute, this is a high priestess hat. When I put it on, it signifies because I was going to these corporate events and I like dressing up. That's the other thing. I needed something so that when I walked in the room, they knew right away, you're the fortune teller or you're the good witch or whatever it is you're doing there. And so this hat became my signifier. And, traditionally you're always supposed to have your head covered,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So many
So,
belief systems, whether it's your little veil on or a
right,
whole thing.
right.
It is.
And so I love this hat because actually it's like a fool's hat. So in the tarot, 0, the fool is the first card in the tarot
Yeah.
trumps. And it's also 22, which is also another master number. So this is kind of like, the fool wears a kind of crazy, silly hat like that. So that's also to not take myself too seriously, right? So the
Which is
fool,
always a good thing.
yeah, the fool is enlightenment. The fool stands behind the king, right? Telling him not to take himself too seriously,
So
poking fun,
seriously.
right? Yeah.
So speaking of the corporate work you do, wearing your hat into corporate, how do you integrate? Do you integrate what do you take your spirituality or because you work with women's empowerment and all sorts of things into the corporate market? You start out with your hat. I know that's good because
Well,
they're
I'm
going to
usually
say,
wearing full costume. I have whole, different costumes that I wear depending on where I'm going. I'm just myself. I just come in there and, honestly, to be a tarot reader, it's like a confessional. Right away, people are open. They trust you. I've heard every story. I could write a book just about that, about all the stories. And then I'm just really honest. I'm really upfront. I'm a double Sagittarius. I cannot lie, so it's kind of like I'm going to tell you the truth. And so they're just kind of amazed and interested in whether they think of it as entertainment. You know what I mean? I have to kind of say that anyway. Or if
right.
it's real, it's real. So I find it fascinating because I get to meet, I've read for over 30,000 people. I get to meet people I would never meet. And the thing that I've really taught me is that people are just people, no matter what I know people are very divided these days in the corporate world. I would never usually run into these people. But we're all the same, and to me that was the most valuable thing. So it's really like a heart connection to people, like I'm feeling it right now. Because we're all just the same, at the bottom line, right? Whatever your belief systems are, I respect them, but those are still just belief systems, and we're just all humans.
Yeah, we are. Same insecurities, same all of it, no matter
And
who you
troubles,
are
everyone's
or
got
in
troubles, whether you have money, you don't have money, whatever, it's easier if you have money, my uncle used to say. But everybody's the same, we're all humans. So yeah, so I find it fascinating. And when I get clients through going to these events, and I have clients I've worked with for many, many years, and they call me for different things, and yeah, it's like a long-term relationship, which I'm sure you have too.
Yeah, you have to. And again, these people need this and we need that. So I know you've had a lot of shamanic training as well.
Yeah.
Again, you have a beautiful background. Everybody needs to go look you up. But you've worked with some, I just had a name here and I can't remember. So tell us about your shamanic and how does that incorporate it into your modern spiritual, modern Western world that we all live in?
I started to get into pagan, like women's spirituality, a long time ago. And then I met this woman, Araya Mountain Dreamer, who was very famous for a while. And Beyonce copied her poem, The Invitation, but she's sort of been forgotten about because she disappeared from public. But she was my shamanic teacher. And we went on vision quests and she taught me shamanic healing. And it was very intense. She's very smart, one of the most smartest women I've ever met. Very strict, very, taught us how to build sweat lodges. Now I know there's this whole thing with appropriating indigenous stuff, but it was always done with total respect. And so you have to take the essence out of that, right? So I think she taught me a lot. And that comes through in my work, just the basic foundations. There was a lot of structure to it, a lot of background. She was also really into poetry. So it was a whole kind of unique. And then I worked with a Tibetan Buddhist teacher for 10 years and he had a very unique perspective because he was trained in Western mystery. So he would do these tarot workshops that were very intense where you embodied all the different tarot cards. And that was
Wow.
fabulous. That was one of the most intense, amazing things I've ever been through. So I feel very fortunate. I've also worked with shamans from Peru and just my friends here in Sedona, they're shamans and they were trained in Costa Rica. And so, that's who I know, and it's what informs me. And I also went to school. I was trained as a tarot reader by a psychotherapist. I went to have my transformational psychotherapy training. So I think that astrologers or even tarot readers, you're in a counseling profession.
Mhm.
People take everything we say as being kind of like written in stone, and so you have to take that responsibility very seriously. But I also, my whole take was always that I don't want to be karmically responsible for you. Well, I'm always about empowering everybody I speak to.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
project to me that I'm going to instantly change your life, or I can do that, or anybody can do that, because it's really all about you.
yeah.
So
I'm in that same school of thought as you.
right,
That's why I think I've liked you so much. It's not
yeah,
you're giving them, you're letting them know they have the power, not you. So
right,
that's
yeah,
beautiful. So speaking of, you're like in Sedona right now, and
yeah.
again, you're world traveler. Do you notice a difference in like sacred sites, the energy of these places
Oh,
that you go?
absolutely. When I was 17, I think that's when I started to have some very big out of body experiences. I was fortunate enough to go to Stonehenge, when you could walk up and touch those stones. And I would just have these full blown past life memories. And Ephesus in Turkey, oh my God, that was one of the most powerful places. I've been to Timbuktu. I've been to Egypt. I spent a month in Egypt years ago. I've been to many different sacred sites. In Mexico, I was just there 2 years ago. Guatemala, I went right through Chichen Itza. Tikal was like really terrifying. Oh, so some of them
Really?
is like,
Why? Was it a past life
oh,
thing? What was terrifying? It was it the
well,
world
it was
going on
so
now?
heavy. Yeah, they used to
Oh,
rip out people's hearts, and I could see all that. I could smell the blood. It was like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. So that for me, it was like that. Or, for a while I lived with, half of my family's American. So I was staying with my cousin who lived in Virginia, and we'd have to drive through Virginia into Washington, D.C., where she was working. And I could see all the battlefields with all these poor soldiers from the Civil War. Like that energy was still there.
oh.
So I mean, I would think that most, you do this, you know what it's like. You pick up all the energy imprints that are still left there.
Yeah, I must say that whole Gettysburg, that whole area is one of the most strongest I've ever felt. I travel the world too, and you're in
Mm,
Rome, Greece, or this, and Ireland,
mm,
and all these same Stonehenge
mhm.
type places. But the battlefields like the Gettysburg, I just
Yeah,
bawled my eyes out. You
yeah,
felt it,
really.
you saw it,
Every
you
time we drove through there, it was like, oh, these poor guys, because they felt like they were still in some level trapped there,
they were, I know, there, and there were babies and so many
Yeah.
on both sides, and and it was interesting. I haven't done a past life thing there, but I always was very intrigued by it. And I'm like, this
Mm,
doesn't make sense. I'm not a war person. I'm not a history person. I'm not a battle. Why do I have to go to Gettysburg? But I'm sure there's some connection there. I
There
just
probably
haven't
is past, I
looked
think.
into yet.
Yeah. I mean, so you identify this. I haven't been to Ireland. I stopped once, but I haven't been to Ireland. I'd love to go, in Scotland, and see those beautiful old ancient sites. But I remember I was in Holland also, where in Normandy, where they had landed. That was also that same,
Mm,
really hard, really hard to take that, right? But
yeah.
you go to beautiful sites. It can be, incredibly beautiful. Like I felt Turkey to be amazing. In Cairo, I felt totally at home there. That was wonderful. I'd love to go back to Egypt again. And even in West Africa, which was kind of interesting because I went across the Sahara Desert, which was quite an amazing trip to go through. But I felt very at home there too. You know,
Wow. Turkey, I would like to go to Africa. Turkey is high. My grandfather came from Turkey, my grandparents, and it's I don't know if I made up this word. I'm a Turkophile, like a Francophile, all things Turkey. And I haven't got there yet. I don't know why I haven't got there yet. It's number
oh,
one on my bucket list, but
oh, yeah,
yeah.
Ephesus is amazing, and it's a huge ancient site. It's gigantic. It's one of the biggest preserved ones. I don't know. I was think they were in danger of being bombed by the Taliban or something. You know how they were destroying all those ancient sites. Uh, I think it's okay, but I
I
don't know
hope.
what it's like to go there these days. Right, that's the thing. Or Greece. I was in Greece. I was in Athens. I was in Eos. I totally identified with all that Greek mythology because I think the things that we're all attracted to were things that we've done in a past life. Like it's calling to us, right? It's trying to give us the message. You need to remember this. You need to reconnect with it.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And that's why the draw to, and I must say, I was never a great student. I didn't particularly like school, and I
Hmm.
was mid-grade school, and I had to do a report on Greek and Roman mythology, the first subject I ever liked, and I didn't know why. Now it completely makes sense, but I'm like, oh, wow, there's one subject in school I actually like. I want to learn about these gods and goddesses and deities, and like, here we go.
Well, I remember I was in a grade 11. I went to a special high school. I was in a grade 11 art history class, and they showed the picture of that little Cretan goddess holding the snakes, and it was like I just got whapped in the head. I was like going, "Oh my God!" That was just like wham, you know. And so it's kind of like that. I get you. Really, it's like it's hard not to miss it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like that for you. Like strangers would come up to me and tell me things, and I'm going, "Where's that coming from?" You know, or my spirit guides would just ring the bell. Like years ago, I lived in Sedona. My spirit guides had told me, my friend was saying, you know, I said, I want to go travel somewhere with my ex-husband. And he said, you have to go to Sedona. And literally the bell rang, you know. And it was like, okay, I know that, you know, I have to listen to that, right? So yeah. So Greek mythology, yeah, I love that too. I studied that in high school. I mean, I wasn't a great student either because I was bored, right? But I love
Yeah,
to
me
read.
too. I think I was just bored
Yeah.
until I found something I was actually interested in.
Yeah.
I know you do a lot with dream work, right?
Mhm.
Right? Isn't that part of your practice and things?
Yeah.
How do you incorporate whether it's dream analysis or into your, is it part of your practice or your spirituality or just your how to get through life stuff?
Well,
You know,
I've always remembered my dreams since I was a kid. I think I have tons of, I'm a big paper pack rat. I've got journals going back like from my teenage years. And I work with people with dream work. So it was just part of, you know, it's part of normal psychotherapy. I ran dream groups. I find it fascinating because you really need to have that relationship between your unconscious or your soul. You know, I mean, I think your dreams, yes, they can exist on many levels. And people say, oh, my dreams are crazy. But that's because they just don't understand how to interpret them. And sometimes
right.
dreams direct feedback of your health, your body. You know, sometimes you can tell when you're regurgitating. I watched this show where we had this. Oh, oh, what happened?
Uh-oh. Welcome
Uh-oh.
back. He'll cut this out. We've lost your picture.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still
I hear
here.
you, but I don't see you. Did you
Oh,
click your
that's
camera off?
nope.
Lower left-hand corner?
Didn't do anything.
Do you want to try to
Oh,
sign back in?
So what should I do? Should I go out and come
Try-
back?
leave and
Yes.
come back.
Yes. So this will be an edit point. No, what if her phone's running out of juice or something?
It's raining, 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 raining. It's pretty cool, actually.
I know it's nice. I mean, we just had so little rain.
Yeah, and it's good. I don't think I have to leave the house. I'm not going to go to. I don't think I'm going to go to the lounge tonight. Sebastian's in Paris. I'm sure most of my faraway friends aren't going to drive in, and I have to pack.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, okay, I'm back.
yay!
Shoot. What's
Cyberspace. It's not an exact science. Oh, we just
or
went
maybe it's
sideways.
okay. Wait a minute. I gotta plug my phone in or else I'm oh, hold on. Let me plug my
Sometimes
phone
the
in
world
because I
goes
don't.
sideways.
It could be solar flares or something like that. I don't know.
Aliens, solar flares.
Yeah, well, you know, it's synchronicity, right? Also, here, let me just
Yep.
plug my phone. Okay, I think we're
But you
okay.
are sideways now. You're supposed.
No, she's left. It's like,
Eh,
don't call me sideways.
she left. She called you sideways.
You'll have to do both parts.
Yes. And how do you feel there? I could have a hat on and off. I like that little technique.
Are
Hi.
we
Okay.
okay? All right.
Yes, you're right side up.
All
You're
I
right
right.
can't
side
hear
up.
you now.
Oh, I can hear
No, I
you.
can't hear. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I
we
can't
can
hear
hear
you.
you. We
Can you
can
hear
hear you.
me?
That's bizarre.
Can you hear
Okay,
Rob?
I don't.
Nope.
No. Does this
Gotta go.
usually happen? I can't hear you.
Does not usually happen.
It's an energy thing.
It's
Okay.
an energy thing.
Um.
Do you have a little
I don't know what to
inside
say.
chat thing?
I can't hear you.
I don't know how to do the inside chat thing from my phone.
Microphone?
Microphone.
Okay. I turned the microphone off and on.
Testing,
Can you
testing,
hear us?
testing.
I still can't hear you. Okay.
Can you
Hi.
hear us
Is
now?
that better?
Can you
Can you
hear
hear
it
us
now?
No, I still can't hear you. I can't. Nope.
We hear you. We hear you. Should she go out and come back
What are we
again?
supposed to do?
Go out, leave, go
Um,
bye bye, and come back.
Okay. Is
And
that
come back.
better?
Can you hear us now
No?
at all?
Can you hear
I'm
us now?
unmuted. I can't
I
hear
don't know.
you now
I'm gonna
either.
kick her out and maybe she'll come back.
Yeah. Goodbye. Go. Weird. She's in Sedona. Aliens.
Right, a vortex.
Is this going to work?
Did it
Maybe I
work?
can hear you. Cute.
What the heck's going on?
I don't know.
I can't hear
we
you. You can hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. That's bizarre.
Something you're
Okay.
on
My
a
mic is
phone,
on.
right?
I don't know why I can't hear you. That's really strange.
Is it? Oh,
I
do
don't
you
know
have
what to do.
headphones?
What do
Is
I
it
do?
going to your headphones?
Do you have headphones?
I don't know what to do.
She can't hear us. Is it? Where's our little chat thing?
Do you have headphones you can use?
Oh, I can't. I could get on my. I'd have to sign in on my computer. No, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't do that.
No.
Because both of us, we can hear you. You can't hear us.
Okay. Hold on. I'd have to go out and come back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, it's going so well. Technology. How are you guys doing today?
Enjoying a little bit of rain.
Yeah. Did you have a nice lunch?
We did. Christine made a chicken last night, so she was making broth out of the bones, and we're like, oh wait, let's throw some ramen in that. So we had some homemade ramen.
Nice. Nice. Oh, I've got so much to figure out. This thing I'm doing this weekend in Washington, this girl is a mess.
Who is it? What's the show?
It's not a show, it's a private client referred by Patty. This woman who totally got
Paid up
ripped off.
front?
Huh?
Paid up front? Oh, hold on.
No,
No?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Can you hear
No?
us?
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get on my computer, but it won't work.
And you can't hear us at all.
Hello.
It's so weird.
Rob,
I don't know
where's
what to
the
do.
little, not that it matters, the little talkie thing that we use
Yeah.
on Restream? Can you talk to her
Can you
with
see?
how you talk to us on the movie, Kevin?
Jeez.
I'm trying, but I don't think she can see it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I can't. Try your computer.
Settings? I don't know. Sorry. Audio? Is my audio okay? My audio. Okay. My phone microphone. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, hold on.
Testing, testing, testing. Like I can see her
Okay,
audio
let's
on our
try
side, that whole shebang.
Is it her phone? Should she turn off her phone and turn it on again?
Maybe.
How do we get the talkie point thing? Oh, that
I,
doesn't
I,
work
try,
on
I
the phone.
tried. She's not seeing it on her device. You can't
Yeah, I
see
don't
it.
see it. Yeah, I can't see it either.
Feels like she might be signing on. Hold on. Can you hear us here?
Can you hear us? Hello? Sideways? Tara. Now we cannot hear you.
That's so weird.
Turn your
This
phone
is,
off.
I think she's on a second device.
Are you on a different device? Should we?
She's saying 1 second. The Sedona vortex strikes
The
again.
Sedona version. Should I reboot? Can she hear reboot phone? Reboot. Let me find a pen.
Oh.
Mhm.
Well, we'll see if she comes back.
Yeah. We got 20 something minutes in. I'd like to have a closer.
This is her calling. Oh, hold on. Hi, Tara.
Hi.
So that's so weird that we can't hear you at all, or you can't hear us at all. We can totally hear you. Was this on both devices? All right. Well, do you want to try it again? All right. Let's do it. All right. Bye. All right. We're gonna try it again.
Abracadabra. Put magic where you can use it. Yeah, this client, she was hacked, beat up, lots of money stolen.
All right. Let's have third time's charm.
Yeah,
Okay.
third time.
Okay. I
Can you hear us?
Yay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay!
Yay. Okay. Persistence.
All right. Well, look.
Yay!
Yay. Okay.
Do you
Okay. I'm gonna actually